Hello, my gorgeous, gorgeous, lovely friends. I am your friend Kevin. This is your Divine Daily Blast, and on a very special Hallows Eve, which I think in certain cultures is called something else. Now, sometimes it gets confused with the Day of the Dead, which happens on Monday, 2nd or 3rd of November. And of course, on the 4th of November, it is Guy Fawkes Day in Europe and obviously in Australia. They celebrate it when Guy Fawkes became a rebel and tried to blow up the British Houses of Parliament as a way to protest what was going on. So a lot happening at the end of October, beginning of November. For me personally, it's kind of a favorite holiday because it sort of lights the flint of the rest of the holiday season. I digress. Stay tuned for the end of this video. When I come back and chat, I'll show you my Halloween costume that I did last weekend, and I'm going to share with you a link to a very wonderful spiritual author, Miss Sharon Hess, who has a special call coming up next week on her channel or on her website to help people turn their passions into profitability. Anyone wanting to get into a spiritual entrepreneur business, anyone wanting help to open the doorways to entrepreneurship. Doesn't mean you have to actually have a business, but these tools are super helpful. Right, let's get on with the cards of the day. We are in an angel numerology number 5 day today. I call this adventure or adventurous, and the 5 means changes are coming up. It's an advanced message from those in spirit that the adventurous energy has started stirring, an energy to get into that dynamic mode, spiritual and sensual mode. It's a time to invoke endless curiosity. Be the visionary. Look at things in a new way. Look at the Hangman or the Awakening card, the Tower card. People who are born of a 5 number, they look at everything as being new opportunities, everything as being a change maker. Those folks represent new visions in life. Now, if you're into archangels, call upon Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, and Archangel Gabriel to bring you spiritual help at this time if you need it. My isms. I am receptive of all amazing gifts from Source Energy. Amazing gifts from Source Energy are brilliant ideas, brilliant feelings, the feeling that we are not trapped, that the world is not broken. These things are amazing gifts that we get to have and to share. I am magnificent. I am confident, clear, and focused. When we go through changes, environmental, emotional, any kind of shift, we have to surrender, forfeit, give up, leave behind things that we were somewhat attached to. This is not a time to get into the mumbo jumbo mundane. This is time to let yourself be seen, let yourself lift off, but more importantly, give up the fear that you're not in the right place, not in the right time. Just let spirit guide you, particularly since the realm of spirit, ancestries, and the realm of physical living are very thin. Hallows Eve, the veil between the two worlds are incredibly thin. Let's see, what else can I tell you? We have a message from Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael is known in many circles as the angel of death. Oh, yeah, no. He happens to be one of my favorite angels or archangels. I call him Uncle Archie because Archangel Azrael appeared to me some 12 years ago. Yeah, somewhere like that. 2013. Yeah, 12 years ago. In my hospital bed when I was pretty much given the opportunity to cross over. He came to me to take me to take me over, presented all of my past loved ones were also there. All right, we're ready to take you on if you want to go. And I wasn't ready. Didn't want to go. Yeah, no, I want to do some more work. Archangel Azrael is that compassionate archangel that sees us through the troubled water. When we think things are ending, when we need help lifting up from the grief or the letting go, here we go. So his message today is, call upon me, whom God helps, for support in rising from the ashes of your past to be stronger than ever before. When we go through trials, tribulations, I don't want to put aspersions on this, but when we go through trials and tribulations in our life, our physical life, without being funny, some way, shape or form, we asked for it. We wanted to resolve these issues. We wanted to let go of these issues so that we could be free of them, not just in this lifetime, but in the lifetimes to come. And also, there was some, I believe, now you believe whatever you want, I believe there was some kind of agreement we made to fulfill our ancestral obligations. Our ancestors said, could you go down and help with this? Could you go down and sort that out? Would you go down and do this in order to have this life? Here's your affirmation. My pain does not define me. I move forward with grace and peace. Even if you put that in your pocket on a piece of paper. My pain does not define me. I move forward with grace and peace. Sopde or Sopdet. Sopdi, I don't know how you say that. I wish I could get the right pronunciation. Cosmic power, you have it. Unlimited potential, you have it. Sacred mission, initiations, you have it. Has appeared with the North Star, part of the Star people, to bring you the confidence, the glory, and to remind us all that we have what it takes to move on. Let's see where the moon is today. The moon is in Pisces, so it's the final day of the month, and this moon fittingly moves into the last sign of the zodiac. So contemplate what you've achieved in October and what you still want to cross off your to-do list before the end of 2025. Here we go with Archangel Sandalphon. I think I read this out yesterday. Go to yesterday's video and you'll get a sense of what all of this means. But your activation is, I trust when the universe says yes. When change is coming up, universe is saying, yeah, we got you. We've got your back. We've got your backpack. We've got your luggage. We've got everything that you need. You just need to go for it. Now, we have a card. I was shuffling this morning, and when I shuffle these angel cards, sometimes one flies out. And when one flies out, it's indication to me that I really need to pay attention to it. I really need to listen to what it has to say. And this is the protection card. So our fairies have formed a ring, which I love the colors of this ring. Green, gold, pink, blue, violet. And they're almost having a ceremonial chanting. If I could listen to it, it would sound like a beautiful soft cooing. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Now, I believe that this card of the fairies of protection, I don't believe I've ever pulled that since I've been using this deck, and it's been going on several months. The fairies of protection form powerful rings. It performs rings around all of us or someone close to us. They provide extra boosting of protection that's needed at the moment. So if you are sensitive or empathetic, or you might find yourself picking up vibrations from people, places, situations, stories, these may include some rather nasty vibrations as well as the good ones. So this is where the fairies of protection come in, because the ring of rainbow light, as you see here, acts as a protective shield from any unwanted energies. So when we're physically open, spiritually open, emotionally open, we act as a beacon that will attract different types of energy. So my friends, particularly on this Hallows Eve, when we talk about how the realms are very close, the spirit world and the physical world is close. This is why, many Halloween stores who sell paraphernalia and all the rest of it, they always have images of ghouls and goblins and scary stuff. Well, there are also angels and fairies. So they all kind of like mesh together. And being open spiritually to all of these energies, sometimes we need to be protected. So these fairies protect us when undertaking any kind of spiritual work, meditation, prayer. They will give you their protection as well. Archangel Michael, another one that brings protection. This card is a reminder to make sure you're spiritually grounded, which can add an extra layer of psychic protection. A simple way to spiritually ground yourself is to visualize a long tree root growing from the base of your spine, going down each leg, and going deep into Mother Earth, as if they were protruding down through the center of both heels. The protection from this fairy rainbow here, can give you more confidence during your spiritual practice and meditation. So if you need an extra layer of spiritual security, ask the fairies of protection to provide it. Now, the fairies might also be nudging you to protect someone else, spiritual or physically, but always ask the other person for permission before assisting them. This is very, very important. I know a lot of spiritual friends that like to do remote healing, and I only trust those that ask permission. Is it okay if I do a healing for you? Is it okay if I send loving light towards you? That's what you can do. Now, also when we're open and we're like a sponge, we can feel when someone's doing some of that stuff. And I've had friends call me and say, I feel like I've got something on me that someone's placed upon me. Well, then go do your, imagine the tree root going down through your feet. And then when you put the tree roots into the ground, imagine that those tree roots are reaching for the crystalline layer of the earth, which is the core of the earth. When you know how you have to go get crystals out of the ground, they have to dig deep in certain parts of the world to get those crystals to come up out of the ground. So imagine your tree roots wrapping themselves around those rock-like crystals, and have the energy from those crystals fly back up through those roots, right back up into your feet, all the way up into your hips, your spine, your whole chakra system. And imagine that light, the rainbow light, whatever color you want to visualize, protruding outward to the edges of your skin, outward through the roots of your hair, out through the shaft of every strand of hair on your head, to about 6 to 8 inches beyond your body. And then that protects you from any of these barbs or spiritual things that might come flying. Now, sometimes people feel it and they feel like it's already part of them. They want to get it off. They want to kind of wash it down. Well, you could do a spiritual bathing. And that involves holy water. Picture your archangels above your head in a ring. And imagine through the center of your forehead, the center of your actual head, 12 to 8 feet above the ground. 12 to 18 inches above the ground, above your head, sorry. You got a portal. The stellar gateway is where the star people live. Call them in the ring and ask them to pour the holy water down. to burn and remove any unwanted energies that have attached themselves to you. Archangel Michael also takes his sword of light in front of you, behind you, to the left of you, to the right of you, underneath you and above your head, swirling it around and cutting the energetic ties that may have formed around you. I'm hoping all this makes sense. I don't want to make it too dramatic, but if you feel it and you're asking for help with it, then somehow or another it's some way attached itself to you. The fairies might also be nudging you to protect someone, like I say, asking for help. Now, one thing I will say before I close this down, it's important that we have free will and we have the right to choose or not what kind of spiritual help that we need. You get the right to choose what sort of spiritual help you want. But I do know nature and any property that comes out of the ground, including salt, helps us feel grounded, feels protected. Sometimes you can use sand. You know, if you ever go to the ocean, the beach, anywhere, particularly if you're going to the Caribbean, any of those places where the water from all kinds of different lands, all kinds of different continents is washed up on the shore, put a jar of that sand together and that becomes your little pot of gold, if you will. Right, let me show you what this link is because I think it's important. There we go. That's the link that you need to go onto the website to get a hold of Sharon Hess's call. She's going to do it next week. It's free. There's no charge. And it's about 30 minutes apparently. And then, just for some fun, here's what I went as Halloween. That was me going to, now it looks like I've got strings of snot coming out of my nose, but I don't. Those things are stick-on jewels that I picked up. And those things on my lips, it's like an adhesive strip. You just peel it off and it's got the glue on the back and you just stick it on like that. The piece that's in the center of my forehead and the rings around my eyes, they're all one solid piece that have got an adhesive back to them. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Of course, the wig and the headdress and all the rest of it. So whatever you're doing today, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Halloween. I might come back later on today, or at least my alter ego, Mystic Bloom, may come back. And she may bring you a little Halloween message. Yeah, it just feels like she's sort of gypsified in a way. Yeah, let's see if we can't conjure her up later on today and bring you a message from her. All right, my friends, till tomorrow. Happy Halloween. Bye for now. Let's see.